Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to Maria Nice Designs. Welcome to Card Hop and Hop for April. Our theme is florals, and the technique choices are either multimedia or alcohol inks. Thanks to Jennifer Holder Schoolcraft for hosting our hop today. I hope that you enjoy this hop, and please remember to give each creator some love and hit the bell icon for future uploads as well. We appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy watching today. I cannot wait to see what the other creators create. I'm sure it's going to be magnificent. So today I'm going to be using the majority of the products from Altenew, and they are absolutely fabulous. I love these beautiful florals that Altenew put into their watercoloring coloring book. That is what this Peony is from. And I'm also using the Watercolor Woodless pencils. They are amazing. The paper that the coloring book is printed on, the pictures are printed on, are archival papers, and it's 50% cotton blend. So the pencils glide on it very smoothly, and you really don't need much water at all to move these beautiful colored pencils. As you can see here, I started out with Coral Bliss. That's the color that I'm using there. And I'm going around with the number 1 brush, which is also from Altenew. They came out with fabulous brushes as well. They also have watercolor paper, and I haven't tried that yet, but that's next on my list. So I'm just going around all the edges where you would map out the deepest, darkest areas, and I'm just blending them out with this brush, which works really magnificently with the paper and the crayons, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm just going all the way around the petals and just adding some coloration, and like I said, mapping out the deepest areas where there would be shading, where there's crinkles and creases in the floral petals as well, and where the petals meet each other in the edges where they come out. And I'm just going in and just adding a little deeper layer, actually, because the first layer was a little bit light to these petals. And I'm just going to go all the way around and blend out all over each petal. And I'm just going to show, as far as the stem itself, I will show you coloring in the stem as well, and a few of the leaves on the floral. This peony is absolutely gorgeous. I really am enjoying coloring this peony so much. It's absolutely fabulous. I love the loose, large petals in this particular drawing. It's not the tight peonies that you see that have like tons and tons of petals, which are glorious as well. But this was just really neat because it just was nice and loose and just really, really beautiful. So I'm just going to let you enjoy a little bit of the coloring, and I'm going to have you listen to a little bit of music for a small while, and I will be back very shortly. I wanted to show you that I do use a very soft fan brush to wipe away some of the particles that the pencil, when you lay down the color onto the paper, sometimes you get these little crumblies, little particle pieces that fall onto the paper. You don't want to swipe those away with your hand, because usually you put a little more pressure on your hand when you do that, and that'll smear the color across your paper. So I use the soft brush so that the particles come off very delicately and they don't push into the paper itself. It just kind of flies away. So that's just a little tip I wanted to let you know about. Also, about these pencils, they are solid color. So think about this. You get, instead of a wooden exterior and a small slender piece of color in the center of the pencil, you get an entire thick pencil of color. So you can actually sharpen these. I sharpen them in a Halo electric pencil sharpener, And you can use those shavings also as color. So you could take out the shavings once you sharpen the pencil, and you can add water to those shavings and lighten the color down. You can use it full strength for intensity, just add a little bit of water. So as long as you can sharpen them and use those shavings over, you're getting the full enchilada. You get the whole use of all of the ink of these pencils. So to me, that's a lot of bang for your buck. I just wanted to kind of give you that little tip in case, we don't always think of things. So I just thought, I wanted to add that in so that, you can get a lot of use from these beautiful pencils. And like I said, they're very creamy. They match the Altenew ink colors very well. And I just really enjoyed using them today. So here I'm showing you coloring in the leaves. I did use some of the greens that they have, which are absolutely gorgeous. It's Grassfield, it's Shadow Creek, and Limeade. So I believe that is Grassfield there that I'm using. And then I go back in with Limeade, which is that right there, just to fill in a little bit of the area. And then the deepest color is Shadow Creek. So I'm just going in with the number 1 brush and just getting everything blended out. Like I said, you can see that I don't have to work it very hard, and I don't need to use a lot of water. And I believe the 50% cotton blend does help with that. There must be some sort of coating on the paper, which I have to research a little bit because I'm not sure if that's the case. But I did enjoy using this beautiful blend of, the paper and the watercolor brush and the watercolor pencils. Here I'm coming in with Heartbeat is the name of this color. I'm just going back around to map out where the shadows would be cast all the way around, and it just made it look so beautiful. It's more of an orangey red, and it's magnificent. It's such a vibrant color, and I love that this paper has quite a bit of tooth to it, so that the pencils, if I could speak, I'm so sorry, so that the pencils will attach to the paper. And that's what tooth is. It's a little bit of grit on the paper that helps pencils attach to it. And then you get more vibrancy in color as well, and you get more pencil. And here I'm just going around with a little bit of water on the number 1 brush. And I'm coming back into the center of the peony with jet black, and I'm just going in and blending out lightly because I wanted to have a little bit of a defined line in the center where the petals touch, and gives it more of a depth to depth perception to the center of the peony. And then I'm going to come in with a gel pen to put a few little dots in there. Look like there's a little bit of stamen seeds and such in the center. And I know that usually peonies have a yellow center. I just didn't do that. And I went in with a jelly roll pen afterwards. Here I'm going in with Brutus Monroe Gilded, and I use a distress embossing Daubber as well on all these items. Off screen, I did gold emboss that beautiful slimline Deco die from Altenew, and this is the floral lace die, which, as you saw, I used the embossing Daubber on, and I'm adding Hero Arts clear glitter embossing powder. Underneath, you see there that I use wax paper. I love to use that because the embossing powder glides right off of it. It doesn't stick to it, kind of like it would on paper or maybe a coffee filter, because it just has that wax coating, so it slides right off. It doesn't attach to it. So that's what I like to use. That's another little tip that I wanted to let you know about. There I'm using the Eye Crafter. It has a flat nose on the tweezers there. And I'm coming in now with the Peony and doing the same. I'm adding the Embossing Daubber from Ranger, and I'm going to add the Hero Arts Clear Glitter Embossing Powder as well. And I was astonished at what happens next. I mean, prepare yourselves, because I was amazed. I was in awe, people. Wait till you see what happens when you add the heat from the Wagner heat tool. Here it comes. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the intensity and depth and dimension that that embossing powder gave to this gorgeous peony. I was so elated. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. Okay, so enough excitement for one day. I came in with Reason to Smile. I got some sentiments from there. I used You Are Precious, Loved, and I believe It's So Incredibly Beautiful is the bottom there. I did use the Tim Holtz Tonic Studios Deckle Edge Guillotine trimmer, but I did change out the sentiment later on, as you'll see in the picture in the end. So here I'm just dry fitting all of the pieces and parts. I'm coming in with Press and Seal, and I'm going to add glitter glue off screen, and then there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You just apply it right back on to your substrate that you're going to be using. Here I'm just using the canvas heart that I used, and if you can tell, the background is inked with alcohol ink. I added a beautiful butterfly as well. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. Please remember to hit the bell icon for further videos, and please hit the next creator on the list as well. Blessings to all. Bye-bye.